The prison ship Dominion Wraith hovered just outside the orbit of Churos 7, its hull pulsing with containment fields and anti-escape drones. It was built to hold war criminals, insurgents, and anyone the Galactic Authority deemed too dangerous to roam free. Among the inmates sat Commander Jason Rourke, former Earth Navy SEAL, shackled in a gravity-sink chair that turned muscle to mush and bones to sand with every movement. He didn't flinch. 3 Galactic soldiers stood before him in gleaming exo-armor, their helmets peeled back, exposing sneers stretched across alien faces. One of them, a crimson-skinned Sharn officer named Kyrex, paced slowly, slapping his electrobaton into his palm. "Earth breeds weak animals," Kyrex said. "Yet you wore medals. They said you broke fortresses with bare hands." Rourke didn't answer. His eyes burned with quiet fire. Kyrex laughed, turning to the others. "Look at him now, shackled, caged, mute like a broken pet." Another soldier leaned in mockingly. "Maybe we should send him to the labor pits with the others. Let him see what real suffering is." At that, Rourke's eyes shifted, not in fear and calculation. Then he saw her. Across the holding cell, another prisoner, a human woman, barely conscious, slumped with chains wrapped tight around her torso. Her uniform bore the faded insignia of the Earth Resistance. Blood trickled from her temple, but her eyes met his for just a second. That was enough. Kyrex caught the glance. "Ah, the female? Yours? Pity. She'll die screaming like the rest of your kind." A flicker, the smallest twitch, moved in Rourke's shoulders. Kyrex stepped closer, grinning. "Going to cry, soldier?" The baton raised. Snap! The room shook. Metal groaned. Chains screamed. In a blur of impossible force, Rourke exploded upward, the gravity-sink chair ripping from the floor, shattered links flying like shrapnel. Before Kyrex could strike, Rourke had him by the throat. The alien's eyes bulged as Rourke lifted him with one hand, slamming him into the bulkhead hard enough to crack metal. The other soldiers reached for weapons. Too late. Rourke moved like a storm. He ducked under a plasma shot, grabbed the second soldier, and used his own momentum to hurl him into the energy wall. Sparks exploded. Screams echoed. The third barely had time to shout before Rourke drove a fist into his chest plate, denting it inward, then used a boot to send him flying across the cell. All 3 were down in less than 10 seconds. Blood and smoke filled the air. Rourke turned, panting, and walked toward the woman still chained. Her breath was shallow. Her eyes barely open. He knelt. "Hey," he whispered. "You're not dying today." She smiled faintly. "You were shackled." He looked at her bonds. "Not anymore." With a grunt, he gripped the chains and tore. Veins bulged, teeth clenched, and the thick steel links snapped like twine. He caught her before she fell. Warning sirens wailed across the prison ship. Rourke looked at the wrecked guards, then at the exit. He adjusted her weight over his shoulder and took a step forward. "I hope they bring more," he growled. "I'm just getting started." Word of what happened aboard the Dominion Wraith would spread. A lone Navy SEAL, thought-broken, rising from chains to destroy his captors. Saving one of his own. Defying the authority. To the galaxy, it would become a legend. To Rourke, it was just unfinished business.